G'day guys, Matt here from Tradie Web Guys and the Site Shed, and I just wanted to record this video to talk about something that just happened today within my business, which is a trap I almost fell into, and it's one that I talk about on the podcast all the time, and I encourage all of our clients to keep an open mind with these things, but occasionally we slip, and this is a situation where I almost slipped and I managed to pull it back in. That said, I'm sure there's been plenty of cases like this which I have let through to the net and I've not picked up on it. But the situation was a client had a question around Google Ads, and I wrote them a detailed response to Google Ads, to the email I should say, in relation to Google Ads. And I thought, this is actually pretty useful. Maybe I should get this out there to other people so they can sort of see the response and see what I was talking about in this email. So the first thing I did, I went to Facebook, I opened up the group, the Tradie Web Guys page, and I started writing, copy and pasting the email into the page, into a post. And then I got about a paragraph in and I thought, hang on. All day, every day, I tell guys, when you're creating content, create the content on your website, share the content from your website to Facebook. And I'd already started writing it, then I thought, man, you know what? So then I went back and I thought, okay, cool, let's turn this into a blog. So I started it, opened up the website, the builder, built out an extra page as a blog, turned it into a blog. So now I've got a piece of content which is optimized for the search engines, which talks about a specific problem that people are having and how they can navigate it. And of course, those people are now going to be reading that on my website or one of the websites, and they can then get in contact with us if they feel necessary. So there's a couple of lessons there. The first lesson is, and this is really common, like people say to me all the time, I just don't have anything to talk about. I don't have any, there's nothing to create content about. But it's always looking at you in the face, and we come across these situations daily. Like your clients are having problems with something, and we have a solution for them, and we easily tell them about it, but we just don't capture it in a way that we can utilize looking forward, or in a way that we can repurpose. So that's the first lesson. We are surrounded by content ideas all the time. You just need to be receptive to them and understand that when they do pop up, you need to capitalize on those situations. Secondly, the other lesson there, of course, is this is relevant information that other people within your organization or within your network may at some point want to get a hold of. So if we can get in the habit of turning that content into, for example, a blog or a vlog like we're doing now, or even a podcast or something like that, then there's a whole range of other people that can get hold of that information, which may be serving them in some way, which of course makes you stand out like the expert. So there's certainly a lot of things that we can learn from this, and it doesn't have to take a lot of work. I think all around this has taken me about an hour. I've created a blog post, I've created a video on it. There's actually created 2 videos on it because there's 2 pieces of content we're talking about here. One of them's a video which I've embedded on the blog page, which talks about the blog, which is going to be living on the YouTube channel. And then there's going to be another blog, which is another video, which is this one, which you're watching right now, which talks about the dynamic of creating content. So there's a lot of ways that you can repurpose these things, and there's a lot of ways that you can, I suppose, get out there and be proactive in that space. And I encourage you to do that. So now that I've got the video and now that I've got the blog post, what am I going to do with these things? So first of all, I'm going to head across to Facebook and I'm going to share this video actually. And I'm going to talk about this lesson. And this lesson isn't necessarily something that is going to be like a huge lead driver or anything for us. It's more a case of making you guys understand that you're in a position of power when it comes to creating content. You just have to get off your butt and do it. Or be receptive to these situations, more receptive to these situations. So then I'm going to create a post on Facebook, and then I'm going to share that Facebook post into my group, and then that will likely get some more engagement. And so once I've created the content, I can then share it, and then I can get more people, I suppose, engaged in the conversation and get some feedback. And then that's where things start happening, guys. So the first thing to do is, first of all, be receptive. So you've got to understand the position that you're in when these things arise. Second of all, go and create the content. Create it on a platform that you own and control, which is typically your website. And then once you've got the content created on your website, you can then go and share it. So you can share it out to newsletters or social media channels or whatever you like. And then once people have consumed or they engage with that content, you then can start controlling their journey a little bit more. Maybe there's a web form on the website they can ask for more information for. Maybe there's a download which comes with it, or a how-to, or a white paper, or something like that. So that's all from me, guys. I just wanted to let you know fill you in about that little lesson that I just learnt there, and one that I almost missed myself. So we do this a lot, and occasionally they still slip past. But I'd love to see more of you guys doing these sort of things. I know it's a little bit daunting at first. However, you've got to start somewhere, and it is a skill. You do get a little bit better with it. I'm still nowhere near as good as I would like to be. As you've heard from watching this, I've jumbled words up and I've made mistakes, and I'm not going to edit this. I don't really care. Sometimes the more you edit things, the more unreal it seems to people, and it makes it a little bit harder to relate to. So, when you are starting out on this journey of creating content and doing all these things, like getting in front of a video camera, don't be afraid of mistakes. I've done 240 odd podcasts, and there's mistakes all the way through them, but it's okay, because it's okay to be raw, it's okay to be real. People appreciate the fact that it's not a highly polished, highly refined piece of content. It's something that, hopefully gives belief to them that they could do themselves. So anyway, guys, I look forward to seeing you in the group. If you're not in the group, head across to the SiteShed private group on Facebook. A lot of the conversations will be happening in there, and you'll see posts like this pop up from time to time, and amongst many, many other posts from amazing business owners from all over the planet. So hopefully we'll see you in there, guys. Ciao.